Hello. This is what are we on? 7 now? We've been digging through a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, I want to say it'd be 7 right about now. God, how could you hold us hostage for 7 of these?
Oh, trust me, we've got hundreds more.
Oh no!
A couple. Somebody actually, if I can get him, he wanted to throw another album in here too for some Radiohead, which would be
Sure.
We'll get that eventually.
That sounds like a great time.
But for now, this week I think this week's pretty interesting. I gotta say.
Oh, there are some words for this week, that's for sure.
I also short announcement here. I'm gonna be separating. I've separated a lot of this stuff now from
I did see that
and everything. But I'm also gonna do it for the Twitch channel. I'm gonna make a whole new Twitch channel that's attached to this. That's gonna be separate, so I can really brand it specifically as what it is. Because I like it enough now. You know what I mean? I've done enough with it now that I'm like, wait, this has got to be its own thing. Because it is certainly very different, and I like keeping my stuff compartmentalized and organized. Otherwise, I go insane.
That's great. Also, I can hear you jingling keys in the background.
That's quarters. I've got a fucking pile of quarters in front of me.
Let's say that sounds like a change distinctly.
Oh yeah, that's some. We had a really big blanket that we bought, and so I had to go to the laundromat, and so I threw like 220s in there because I was like, fuck it, I'll get a ton of quarters. We get it. I think it's called from like the really big blanket company or some crazy shit like that, and it's 3 blankets sewn together as one, and I love this thing. I live in it. I get lost in it. It's such a great blanket.
Sounds like a great time.
It's huge. I just like my girl got it for me because like I'm kind of I'm not super tall. I'm like 5'9", but man, all the blankets just like none of them cover my fucking toes, bro. All the time.
I do have that issue sometimes. Yeah.
I feel like every blanket is so small, and the problem is because I move all the fucking time. I'm like flipping and twisting and shit like that, and I was like, fuck it, I need just like the biggest blanket ever, and it works out quite well. I like it a lot. So yeah, guys, get yourselves some giant fucking blankets.
It's literally called Big Blanket Company.
Yeah, that's not a thing. Maybe one day. Maybe if I shill enough, I'll get to shill a giant fucking blanket. That'd be funny. You'd be the only thing I shill. Giant blankets.
Let's just become sellouts, honestly. We'll just go hardcore on that sponsorship.
Oh yeah.
Brought to you by Ray Shadow Legends.
No, please.
No, never.
Oh,
Actually,
God.
Never. I will literally shut down everything. I'll shut it all down.
If you ever become that big of a sellout, I'll just take over.
Oh yeah, it's done. It's cooked. Yeah, I'll only ever sell out myself. I actually am going to sell out myself right now. I'm advertising right now. If you like Minecraft and you feel like vanilla's just not enough, and you want to play something crazy, but 2B2TQ lines are way too long, come on down to deadhorse.net just at 1.21.3, I believe. Very fun, very quiet. I play there all the time. I'm going to be there all day today. It's the best Minecraft server ever. And it's all vanilla with some cool plugins, some extra things you can do. So if you feel like doing that, I'm going to shill that like basically every stream I have now because I'm trying to get more people to come play because it's a lot of fun. And with that, I think we should move on to actually doing what we're supposed to do, which is reviewing music. But I want to kind of shift it around a little bit. So we're going to do 1, 1, 1, and then we'll go back through and do, you know, like, we'll do a Sen, a Dom, and a Goat, then a Sen, a Dom, and a Goat. Kind of filter it a little more, you know, get a little more mixed in. And I guess we can start in the order I put them. First one up is a Dom album.
It was Dark Sun.
Yeah, Dark Sun, the album cover that I really liked. So you want to take it away?
So this is by the band Dayseeker. They are a metal. They are metal, but I believe they're alt metal, if I am not mistaken. They touch up on very interesting topics in their songs. So they have some sadness to them, and some of these, like, for instance, Parallel. It's talking about someone dying in a hospital bed. I believe it's cancer, some sort of sickness. But I think this band's great. I love the flow of the music. I love I love the sadness in it. Well, strange enough, I like the sadness in it, but I think it's delivered quite well. I genuinely really like this band too. This is a good album. I enjoyed it a lot.
I think it was fine. Okay. Just give you. I guess. Instead of my feeling, I could give you an example. My fiance came up the steps, and asked me what I was. It asked me what I was listening to, and then asked if it was an album that you suggested.
Is it that obvious?
It definitely is in your vibe of music, I guess. If my fiance from the side was able to guess that, I don't think that's a good or bad thing. You definitely like what you like, and I don't seem to vibe with a lot of it. I'm gonna keep listening to all of it, because actually on the next one I didn't. It's not like I dislike this. It was just like playing in the background, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't think I liked Homesick very much though. I think that one in particular I was kind of like not a big fan of, but everything else I think was fine.
I think that one's better live because I have seen them live, and I like that one more live than here. But I still don't think it would change your opinion too much, personally.
Yeah, I definitely say you're right in that it is a sort of metal. It's just like a softer metal because they've got like this more synthy, almost electronic kind of influence, so it feels a little poppier. You know what I mean?
It just
but I definitely could be like in that alt metal sound, which is a lot of what you listen to. And alt metal covers a lot. There's a lot under that alt metal genre.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
Overall, I don't think it was a horrible album. Not really an album that I vibe with. It's not anything I disliked, you know. As with a lot of music, I feel like I really don't think there's any music I really seriously dislike unless it's like actually somebody being bad in my opinion.
I will say this is a lot softer of an album because they do have
soft.
songs where they have songs that go way harder.
Yeah, I could see them going harder. They should go a little bit harder, just a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, come on. Show me what you really got.
Yeah. Is that how you felt about it?
Yeah, this album didn't really click with me. It's a lot of very sad boy core, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a mean thing to say.
No, it's what you're describing it as. Look, man, I've been the meanest so far on Sen's poor VTuber buddy. All right, I don't think we can get worse than that right now. So you don't like it's all just the descriptions of music. I don't think there's anything that could, unless you're like attacking the person personally. I think that everything could be viewed as either an opinion or criticism and should just be taken that way. Yeah. For the most part, you know what I mean? Just because you don't vibe with it doesn't mean you're speaking negatively on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I did like Dark Sun, like the song. Like, I thought that was alright.
Dark Sun?
You know? Yeah, the album has a song called Dark Sun.
No, yeah, I was looking for it.
If I'm not mistaken, it's towards my head again. No, it's midway.
That one I did like, because they went way more for that one. Actually, kind of surprised me because it was more like a synthwave style. I like synthwave a lot, though. That's synthwave is a great electric genre. So I guess if we want to move to the next one.
Who's is the next one?
Sen. All right. All right. I'm gonna say it for both of them. One, did you previously listen to these before sending them, Sen?
Yeah.
Okay, because you really threw me for a loop on both of these albums. Like, shocked, shooketh, like, utterly bewildered. Shadow of the King's Charade is some weird shit. I just want to steal the spotlight here for a second.
Yeah.
That's fucking whack, bro. This whole album, I was like, what am I listening to? I love it. I love the whole thing. This is a great fucking album. There's some stuff I liked even more. The Fool was really good. Cool to Me,
I'll be right
Wild
back.
Boys. Oh my goodness, dude. This is great. I added the whole thing to my list. I really like this.
I believe last episode you say, "Oh, Sen only listens to one genre," and I took that personally.
Good. That's great. No, this is crazy. I want to hear more stuff. If this is more stuff that you're listening to, this was whack, dude. I was like, the singing was really interesting. Then I went and looked him up. I think it was this one. No, that's Days Seeker. I want to go to Sam Tar. Sam Tar himself. I want to see the Sam Tar description. Yeah, okay. So growing up on stuff like System of a Down, when I saw Sonata Arctica, I was like, oh, I love Sonata. I grew up on those with a buddy of mine. That's good Finnish power metal right there. Or is it? Yeah, it's Finnish. Because that's also in line with like Nightwish, which is also really fucking good. But he also had like Muse, Jimi Hendrix on here, and then for singing, Mr. Bungle, I could see. I don't know if you're familiar with Mr. Bungle.
I am not.
I am recently familiar because a buddy of mine that when I go play Magic at his barn, he just plays whatever he's got on his Amazon list, and sometimes this stuff comes up and I'm listening to it and I'm like, ugh, what is this? Like that what's that? Oh my god, dude, the Arabic guy, brother, what is this? I listen to Bungle and I'm like, what is this stuff, man? Because it kind of fucking sucks. But like, in a way where I can tell the guy behind it very obviously has a lot of talent, but he's just shit posting for the love of the game. it's just some whack, uncomfortable stuff that I don't like, and there's a particular song I've even mentioned to people that like if I was on acid or some other psychedelic and I heard that, I'd probably get thrown into a bad trip. Because, like, it's just that uncomfortable of a song where he's actually using, like, a warble on his voice and, like, going out of key. And he's making the guitars kind of, like, drone spiraling into themselves into this fucking key. And I'm hearing it like, oh, no, dude, this is a bad time. Like, it's like he actively worked to create a bad time in a song. And I don't understand why. Oh, my goodness. But, like, when I saw that for this guy, that, like, his vocal influences being... that and Tony Kakko, who's lead singer of Sonata Arctica, is very impressive. That's a very odd clash of things. You know what I mean? Which I vibe with, because a lot of the shit I enjoy is a very odd clash of things. I'm definitely probably going to check out more of this Sam Tar guy. He's whack.
Yeah, I just like found this guy randomly through like YouTube recommendations. And it's just like,
way.
oh, this is pure. This is amazing.
Yeah, I really like it. It's a lot of different sounds too.
Yeah, I think this is like some of his best work. So, I hope you don't like everything else this guy does sucks or anything like that.
I mean, it could
'Cause
be that way.
I do like a lot of his music.
There's
Just
some
like good vibe.
what is it? The guys that make Don Da Don song Creepy Nuts. Most of, oh, that's good stuff. And the Mashal opening, also good stuff. Like the rest of their music's really lame, actually. It's just
That's so disappointing
it's just
to hear.
lame, like pop boy, whatever. I heard a couple of things because my fiance wanted to go hear more of their stuff, and I'm like, like, where's that like, like that, just that. I don't know, man. They have a really bumpy, pumping sound with both of those theme songs. They're just really, really good. It just like if they kept going with whatever that type of genre is, this like crazy hip hoppy, like sometimes almost kind of a very like funk jazz type of deal, and then there's a little bit of like tribalness to it too with some of the drums, and it's like, man, they've really got a good sound going here that I like. I want them to keep doing more stuff like that. It's very good. Like Don Da Don opening almost reminds me of D Antwoord, if you're familiar with them. If not, you should be.
Not.
D Antwoord's crazy. Extremely suspect main singer to look at. but good band regardless. They're like South African like some kind of blend between some crazy experimental like I don't remember what it was called, man. Oh, it's so good. There's a lot of crazy EDM stuff out there. So many different genres, but it's really intense rap. It's like these two whack South Africans that both look like goblins. They're just they look like crazy, insane, ridiculous people. And it doesn't help that Yolandi is like 3 feet tall. I swear to God, bro. She looks like she's like 14, and she's like in her 30s. It's freaky. It's really fucking weird. And then her, I guess, ex-husband, I'm not really sure. He looks like he's like 50 and a fucking goblin. And they're just total opposites in how they look, and they make really good music. It's very fun to listen to. It's very...
really bad people.
Huh?
So they're also really bad people.
Yeah, they're also really bad people, which, you know, I kind of...
Pretty intense child abuse accusations and things.
Yeah, you know, not probably not the greatest people. But, like, I feel like this happens a lot with music, and for me personally, the way I listen to music half the time anyways wouldn't get them paid, so...
Very talented.
I'll listen to it. But yeah, I actually didn't know that until just now. I'd never heard that.
Yeah, they had a kid, and then there was
Well, I know
some
they had a kid,
whack
and they
shit
divorced.
about the kid, and then I don't think they have the kid anymore, and then I think they either, I don't know if they were married or just together, but now they're not, because I remember him responding to Eminem, when Eminem, like, dissed at Ninja, and he was like, nah, she's right here, but, I don't know, they're whack. They're really good, but they're whack.
Yeah. I think as with a lot of good musicians, they can be pretty crazy.
Hey, sorry, I'm back.
Hey.
We were just talking about child abuse.
Oh. What a lovely topic to come back to. Wow.
And now we're going to shift over. How do you feel about Samtar, Shadow of the King's Parade?
I did not like it one bit, honestly.
I didn't think you would.
It was not up my alley. I can see the appeal to some, but this is definitely like... I looking at the plays, I'm like, wow, this is really small. I wonder if I'll like it, because I do like smaller bands a lot sometimes. This is not one of them. I did not enjoy it.
It's very strange.
It is very strange. Like I said, I can see the appeal. This is definitely like that very niche category.
Yeah. Well, I think we could slide to the next one then, because it's kind of succinct. I like it for its weirdness. You don't like it for its weirdness. Kind of how it is. I was just kind of, while you weren't here, I was going on about how some of his influences include like Sonata Arctica and Mr. Bungle, and System of a Down. And I can hear the System of a Down. I believe in Wild Boys it was. System's got a really good sound. So kind of it. We can move over to mine, which will be...
World is yours.
Yes, this one of my YouTube suggestions. Not, something that YouTube threw at me, and I went, wow. So I guess I could start. I don't know shit about them. I don't know what they're saying. It's all Japanese.
Same. Yep.
But I actually, it's from 2009, and you can feel it, and I love it. Like, I listen to this, and it kind of takes me back to watching, like, Fully Cooley. And listening to music in that. Don't know if you guys are familiar with that anime. Very 2000s punk rock anime right there. Yeah, this is just like Fully Cooley, the band sometimes for me. So I really like this sound.
Of that, but yeah, you're right. I have not thought about Fully Cooley since I like watched it in high school, man.
It's so good. I love it.
I don't know what Fully Cooley is.
Dude, it's only 6 episodes, so it's worth checking out. It's great. It's like the best 6 episodes ever. Maybe not ever. There's some pretty good 6-episode shows out there. But yeah, Fully Cooley is very good. Very, like, punk in its feeling. It's about this kid that lives in town, in a Japanese town, and, like, he's just fucking bored about everything. And his brother went to America to be a baseball player. And so his brother's girlfriend is, like, hanging on to him and being weird at him because, like, he's not there and she's a fucking homeless weirdo. It's very strange about her. I don't really like her very much. Anyway, this chick shows up one day and smashes him in the head with her Vespa and guitar. and then things start coming out of his skull, and she's like pulling things out, trying to find something, and generally being like a nuisance to him. It's pretty good.
Right.
There's nothing quite like it.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. I mean, it's also from Trigger, or I don't know if they were Gynax at the time.
Trigger. It's from Gynax, you uncultured swine.
They're the same thing. They're the Trigger and Gynax are like half of the same bros. Half of them split off and went and made the other one. I never know which one it is, but I can feel it because no matter what you watch, you know the feeling. It's like All Might, bro. It just went from one studio to the other one. The feeling is still there. They have that style they cannot get rid of.
Then, how did you feel about this album?
I think I'd love it if I could actually understand what the fuck she was saying. As it stands, I just really like it.
I thought it was pretty good as instrumental. However, once per usual, I suffer from the fact that I wanted lyrics with it. Or no, wait, was that a different album I'm thinking of?
Well, this one has lyrics. You just can't understand them.
Fuck, it was the other one.
I think she still feels it. You know what I mean?
Yet.
Sometimes I think when it comes to music, you don't really need to understand the lyrics.
Sometimes you really don't.
As long as they can push them out in the right way. You know what I mean? I think the feeling that you get from listening to her singing is enough for some of these. You know what I mean? I get that sometimes, not all the time with music, obviously. Sometimes it's like I really don't know what you're saying or conveying to me, but I think in this one it goes over pretty well.
I thought it was all right. It was nice beats, nice singing, and it wasn't over the top for me, but it wasn't like, God, what was that? It's not like, God, what was something I really hated that we've covered?
The last one I sent in, I believe.
The next one you sent in? Probably.
No, the last one from last week.
Wasn't that... wasn't that... Shit. What band is it? Oh my God, I can't think.
Last week was Gorillaz.
That's right, it was Gorillaz.
I doubled up on Gorillaz.
I could not stand Gorillaz. It was...
That's fine. So we could jump right back up to the top of the list. Going back over to you, Mr. Dom, we have I Prevail.
Yes, I Prevail. They have definitely gone bigger. They are now a bigger band. I remember them from Van's Warped Tour. I remember seeing them then. In fact, since they are from my state and they are local, during Van's Warped Tour, they gave them a not super big area to play in. They broke the fence. They had people break the fence behind us.
That's hilarious.
I've
always wanted to do Warped Tour.
I miss it.
It's gone now, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But this album, there's some songs I didn't particularly vibe with, but there's some of these I didn't hear before, and I liked them. Like Low. I never heard Low before, but I thought it was quite good. I instantly added it to my like songs. There's some sad songs in here, and some of them that are like get you ready to go and just start fucking going crazy. Like Gasoline. Gasoline makes me want to hop in that pit or bow down. That one also makes me want to hop into that pit.
Yeah, it definitely is one that starts a lot harder.
Well, it has the really hard stuff, and then it has some of the more like sad stuff too. Like Let Me Be Sad. That one's slower and sad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I didn't like Gasoline. I don't like the rapping part. I don't like rapping over guitar very much. I'm a little like half and half about that. I've never liked the mix of rap and rock and rap and metal very much. I don't know why. They just don't. I haven't yet found something that I really vibe with in that kind of realm. I did like, however, overall, I guess I could come on now. Most of this album.
Okay.
I really liked Hurricane. That shit was good. Breaking Down was good. Deadweight was pretty good. Overall, I like post-hardcore in this sort of genre. I really like when a metal band will mix screaming and singing. I'm always about that. I don't like when they do one or the other.
I love when they do that too, but it has to be done right, personally.
Exactly. There's not a lot of bands I feel that do it in a way that I really like. Obviously, my favorite will always be Periphery because he has such an insane range. And I think that's more. He can hit these really fucking high notes, these really fucking low guttural screams, and it's just really impressive. But this guy still does a really good job. Overall, I think I like the album. It's pretty decent. You can't really go wrong with this type of music, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, just good heavy guitars and some guy fucking just singing and screaming about shit is just generally pretty good.
What I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
What'd you think, Sen?
I was gonna say this album is incredibly fucking 2000s in a great way.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's like from 2019, it feels like it should be from the 2000s. You know?
Yeah, I Prevail has definitely kept that sound going for a while, and they do good. Yeah. The album cover is pretty neat too. I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk the last couple days, so I'm looking at it going, that looks like it could just be on a Cyberpunk wall somewhere, like on a big screen.
Johnny Silverhand's new album, Trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming out next year in 2020.
I don't know what their new albums are.
They're fucking gonk. It's all AI generated corpo music nowadays. Fuck them. Fuck the system. Like, I can hear him now.
Yeah.
Just, oh my god. Okay, so let's do the second album from Sen. Another one threw me for a loop. Definitely surprised me. You want to start off though?
He's definitely been throwing us for loops this time around.
You wanna start us off, Mr.
Yeah,
Sen?
let me. Me or Sen? Sen.
All right. I wasn't sure because like Dog was talking. So anyway, I found this guy from like Shammy videos. You ever watched his videos?
I did like Shabby.
I have no clue who he is.
For some of the outros for his videos, he'd play a song from this band. I don't think it's on this album. It's called The Drunk. Oh yeah, no, that's how I found them.
Okay.
I really like this guy. I think my personal favorite song is Cuchito, because that's literally just a song about his cat. It's great. That's so sweet.
I actually didn't get to the last 3 songs. I was listening to it last night and then was like, all right, I'm gonna finish this tomorrow, and didn't finish it. But I gotta say, I really like this album. This was different for me. And it was really interesting hearing too, like Crazy in the beginning was really good. Very like, just the sort of slow, quiet song. And then sliding into Guanaco was like a totally different sound. I was like, ooh, okay. Like there was a lot going on. And then sort of towards, I believe, Kerosene or Softy, it started sounding a bit like Gorillaz, which I was like, oh, this is kind of odd. Like it's got this, there's some sounds that were sounding more like his Fall album or the Gorillaz Fall album and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I think overall, I really like this guy. This is different stuff.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. Oh, this is a cool little thing next to it of this little clay man moving. I love claymation. What'd you think, Dom?
It's it reminds me of, oh god, what's Milky. It kind of reminds me of Milky Chance. I'll be honest. That's what what this band really reminds me of? It reminds me of Milky. I want to say it's Milky Chance. That's the guy. Yes. It really reminds me of that guy.
Never heard of him.
He sang "Stolen Dance."
You'll have to send something in. I have
Yeah,
no clue.
but
Pardon me.
it was like they did Milky Chance, but did it in a way I liked and didn't like at the same time. It was in a very weird spot for me. Once again, it was definitely all over the place. I was feeling like some parts were good, some parts were bad. I'm like, I don't know what to really think here. It's like, it's 50-50.
Okay. Y'all have to hear this cat song.
But that's like, there's nothing more I can say about it. Like,
Okay. That's fair.
it's just, unfortunately, that's all I can say about it. It's
I'm clicking on some of them, kind of putting myself back into it. It's very calm.
what this
Yeah, it's
album.
like-
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kerosene's another good one. Very nice little like. I guess it's a piano in the background. Almost reminds me of like a Minecraft type of style of keyboard in that song. Like I don't know, there's a very like laid back. Like I put this on in the back of like I could probably put this on in the back of playing Minecraft actually.
It all comes back to Minecraft.
It does. It really does for me. But yeah, this is definitely a pretty neat album. I'll have to see if I can find this guy. Maybe I can bring him on for the other side of my shows. Well, that was I guess that was all of them.
No, we have your last one.
My last one.
Yeah,
Really,
Handmade
Joe
Cities.
Thomas forgot its own album.
Oh, plenty. All right. Well, I've spoken about Plenty a lot on my streams, music related. From what I understand, this guy is self-taught in everything that he does. And for that, wow. Just fucking wow. Like, I really, really like this guy. I found him from listening to Periphery on Spotify. From YouTube. Plenty of kind of eventually came across. Plus, Plenty has toured with Periphery and a number of other bands that I really like. Oh man, they're really good one. I don't remember what they're called either. Another good band I really like. But very prog. Prog metal is probably my favorite form of metal. I like when just you listen to this shit and it just like takes you on a fucking journey. On here particularly, I've liked Inhale and Cascade, but I like Every Piece Matters. Another great song. Like this is very like orchestral. Like everything he does is very big and grand when you listen to it, and it's just it's fucking amazing stuff. I could listen to Plenty forever. It's very good. You also want to take it away? So I'll be here all day talking about this guy.
Yeah, no lyrics, and I was looking for lyrics. It made me very unpleased, so I didn't like this album too much. Also, some of the songs were a bit longer than what my mind can comprehend.
Yeah, there's a couple of long songs.
But if I was wanting to toss it on as background noise, I would not object. However, if I'm actively trying to listen to something and like get some feelings going, this is not it.
Okay.
That just as me as for what kind of music I listen to.
Yeah.
Once again, I would definitely enjoy it as background music. I think it'd be great background music, actually.
Yeah, it definitely for that, yeah, like this is good stuff for like if you're working, and you need something to just kind of like jam in the background while you're working. Son?
I think I'm okay with it not having lyrics. I mean, it does like make it more like, I guess just calling it background noise feels like a bit of an insult, but it is like something good to have on while you're like working or doing something else, you know. I like the vibes of it, like, you know, but I mean obviously since there are no lyrics, like you have to go off of just the general vibes, and I do
Yeah.
enjoy the general vibes. Yeah. Uh, also, I like the cover art because like it vaguely reminds me of
the
like,
cover art is really good.
yeah, it vaguely reminds me of like that Hieronymus Bosch painting, except like not quite as weird, but like it's still weird.
I don't know what painting that is.
It's like there's just like famous painting of this by the stars called Hieronymus Bosch, and it's just like it's like a depiction of heaven and hell, and like hell is just like the weirdest shit imaginable.
Okay.
It's
You'll
like
you'll have to
it's
send
like
to
that,
me.
except like I don't know. I just like how it looks weird,
Yeah.
but like you still kind of get it because like, oh, here's like the beautiful nature part, but then in the background there's like, you know, just like a sterile smog-filled city.
Yeah, and it's got that sort of War of the Worlds look to the robots back there that also look very much like viruses too.
Yeah.
Very in style. You see that in like The Matrix, and you see it in Steven Universe of this like sort of DNA virus looking thing coming in to like sort of take over areas.
How dare you remind me that Steven Universe exists?
Because I was talking to fucking Danimal Cannon and I was reminded of their music. Because they Ivy and somebody, I don't remember, they do really good chiptune music in there. I can say the chiptune style stuff of Steven Universe I like a lot, but I like chiptune. That's kind of a thing I vibe with. But yeah, I want to say on to what you were saying about you don't want to call it like background music. For me, I think I listen to so much music while I'm doing other things that I don't even necessarily consider it background music. Like for me, it's sort of in and a part of what I'm doing. And so a lot of times I do end up listening to music that's not with the lyrics because it's sort of like, it's almost corny to say, but it's sort of like having your own background music, like when a character has music in a show. You know what I mean? As they're doing things. So it's sort of
but
this, like,
it has to give aura. That's the thing. The background music has to give aura. This gives like,
oh, but this is so fucking good. Like, what do you mean? Like this has plenty of aura. It's fucking huge.
I want the fucking trumpets singing behind me if I'm going to have any background music. I want the aura of of the big bad evil guy.
Yeah, I don't necessarily mean specifically like that though. It's just that like I have so much music around me. It's like I've got constant. It's like I'm in a video game where I just always have music when I'm doing things. You know what I mean? And so it doesn't necessarily have to have lyrics for me all the time. It could just be music.
You got that Terraria soundtrack going.
Exactly. Yeah. Terraria's got a good soundtrack too.
It does that, but I'm just kind of referring to it because of the changes constantly.
Oh yeah, man. My life's like Minecraft music. Just kind of shit just randomly slides in and out. Half the time I don't even notice it.
But what's this plan? What's the plan for this next week with the albums? Are we going to do 2 again a piece, or are we doing 1?
We could do 2 again.
I have enough for doing 2 again.
Yeah, I actually was thinking of one because I'm gonna throw you something that's like plenty, but it's got lyrics.
I'm looking for stuff that isn't.
Actually, I won't be able to make it next week. February 2nd is my mom's birthday.
Okay.
You know.
You can still
Yeah,
give us some albums if
I
you want.
understand.
Oh, sure.
Why do I feel like something actually is coming up for February 2nd myself?
Groundhog's Day.
Okay, never mind. Maybe it's not important. Oh, calendar. What are you doing, calendar?
Man, they've got. Oh, it's really tough.
Delete some stuff.
It might have to
Never
be
mind.
Terraformer.
Never mind. I don't have anything for the second. But if you would still like to send the albums, we will review them for tradition.
Right? I'll think of something.
I'm trying to think. What's another album I would?
Oh yeah. All right. So the first one I'm going to be
Cool.
giving now is "Thank You, Scientist." Very good stuff. Very prog, sort of like this rock metal style. Really jazzy, like really crazy, like jazzy prog metal with this dude singing. No screaming, just singing, but his voice is very good. It's very good, very clear as well. It's not hard to understand, which is good stuff. So that's one of them.
Okay. I have my 2 albums. We're going to have "Searching for Solace" by The Ghost Inside and "Hail the Apocalypse" by Avatar.
Avatar. My mom really likes that band. She's seen them live a couple of times, actually.
I don't know if my dad has, but he's the one who got me into both these bands, actually. A lot of my music actually comes from my dad. And then I explore a little bit here and there.
Do I put in the Filthy Frank album?
You can
Do it!
if you would like.
I'm gonna put in Pink Season.
I do need to get going right now. I have to go run some errands that I did not foresee coming this fast.
All right, yeah, that's fine. We can stop it here. I'll get my albums thrown in. It's good doing this
Yes,
with
sir,
you
yes, sir.
guys.
I will be listening to these later. I will see you next week, Oats. And Sen, wish your mother a happy birthday from me.
Yeah, man. Tell her happy birthday.
I will.
All right. So last things last. We'll get this. I'll get this figured out. But we'll be having things moved over to a new Twitch channel. That's gonna be a little wonky to get it figured out, but we'll
Yes,
get that figured
sir.
out as it comes out. So next week, new channel, new everything. It's totally fresh.
Yes, sir.
We will see everybody next week.
Bye, guys.
I